To you, Mr. President Donald Trump, I would like to send this message to Mr. R.F. Kennedy. And of course, at the end of this talk, I would like to get a job to help with the fight against environmental toxins and the human health and wellness. Mental health is important. Now, I heard you said that you're going to find out the cause of autism to help with the fight against the epidemic of autism in our children. All right? But there's also an issue with Parkinson and other neurological diseases and disorders. Now, to pinpoint the cause of autism will be very difficult and challenging because of the confounding factors that can cause autism. Now, there are specific or generic drugs that are developed to study these diseases in animal models. And this is where the focus must be placed at. Now, for example, you were saying that autism in children is very likely linked to hepatitis vaccination, which can be very true because of a link to a particular heavy metal. But I am a plant and soil scientist. I am an ecologist. I focus my research on environmental toxins. I use plants and soil to trace, track, monitor from source to sink toxins in the environment. And from my research and observation, I would like to share with you data, scientific data, peer-reviewed scientific data that is available to the public, of course, if they do simple Google Scholar search. For example, there is this herbicide, diquat. Diquat is this herbicide that is now commonly used to control this invasive plant called, it's a plant of the water called Hydrilla verticillata. And more, commonly we are seeing this plant, this invasive plant, taking over the waterways and changing the ecology of the water. As a result, diquat is used. Diquat is similar to paraquat. These are herbicides. But though they are herbicides, what I want you to know, Mr. Kennedy, they can have dual functions, triple functions, and quadruple functions. So even though they are herbicides, they have other roles. Probably not only in the environment, but other roles biologically if they become a part of our water system. Like if they enter the water table and we consume herbicides, they can play a role of neurotoxin in the brain because these compounds can mimic the actual generic drug that they use on animal models. Case in point, 6-hydroxydopamine is a neurotoxin. It is used to destroy the dopaminergic neurons in the brain. That's responsible for the production of dopamine. Now, this 6-hydroxydopamine mimics dopamine. So, this is what I'm saying. The compounds of the brains, they are mimicking the lab to make their toxic forms. And then these compounds are used to study their behavior in animals like the rats, where they are shown to cause Parkinson's disease, for example. Now, diquat being used to treat or to control or kill or eradicate Hydrilla verticillata, like places in Connecticut and likely Delaware and these areas. Dicot mimics a compound, a generic compound in the lab that is used to study Parkinson's disease, right? This compound that is used in the lab to study Parkinson's disease in lab is called 1-methyl 6-phenyl 1, 2, 3, 6 tetrahydropyridine. Did you get that? MPTP. So dicot, even though it is an herbicide and it is used to control, it's non-specific. So it only kills hydrilla. It kills everything else in its way. Now, though dicot is used to kill hydrilla, it targets other plant. So it's an herbicide. But when it gets into the waterways, get into the water table, enter our faucet, and we use it. If we drink this water with dicot, it mimics 1-methyl 6-phenyl 1, 2, 3, 6 tetrahydropyridine, which is the drug that is used to cause Parkinson's disease in animal model rat per se. So this is how you look at these compounds. They will mimic other generic drug that cause the disease, right? Now 1-methyl 6-phenyl is also used to study Parkinson's disease in animal models such as rats. MPP, 1-methyl 6-phenyl. Very similar to 1-methyl 6-phenyl 1, 2, 3, 6 tetrahydropyridine. So this is the behavior of these herbicides. So I want you to look deeper into how we study the herbicides and their dual function, triple functions, and quadruple functions in the environment. No different from glyphosate, Roundup, right? Which glyphosate mimics glycine, an amino acid in the body that is responsible for brain function, cognitive function. Glyphosate mimics glycine, right? And these compounds will create massive reactive oxygen species in the body. Increase the species of oxygen, reactive oxygen overload, reactive nitrogen overload. And as a result, these compounds will eat up what is called your NADPH, your ATP, all the glutathione, and put the body into what is called as an oxidative stress position. This creates more like a schizophrenic state. And we have very terrible toxic compounds, acidic compounds being formed, putting the kidneys at a shock. So dicot can cause terrible kidney diseases, lung diseases, all right? Similarly, paraquat, that is called gramaxone in Jamaica, cause terrible lung diseases, kidney diseases, because they too mimic 1-methyl 6-phenyl 1, 2, 3, 6 tetrahydropyridine. Thank you very much. I hope this talk will make you consider me as a scientist and give me an opportunity to serve in some lab to help with the community, clean up the community of toxins. Thank you very much.